Back to follow-up segment tonight. The Journal News of Westchester County, which printed the names and addresses of people legally possessing firearms, has gone to ground. They're not saying anything. They're hoping the whole thing blows over. Meantime, a number of far-left websites are doing the same thing in other areas of the country.
This was an incredibly irresponsible thing, but it was an attempt by this elite to demonize people who own firearms legitimately under the Second Amendment for self-protection.
All right. Now, one of those affected by the Journal News is Judge Jeanine Pirro, who has harshly criticized the paper. She joins us now. So I was watching your program last weekend, and you did your talking points. What do you call it, top of the program?
Open.
You're open.
I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
It's the open.
And you basically were challenging the newspaper, saying you're hurting people, and I'm one of them. That was the point of it.
Yes.
Did you get any response from that?
You know what's amazing about this, Bill, is you've got the Journal News, whose business it is to peddle information, who, as you say, have gone into a hole. We went there this morning, and we were told to get off the property. The crew was told that.
By whom?
By a guard.
Security guard?
A security
armed?
guard.
Was he armed?
It looks like he was armed. I know cops, and I know what they look like,
okay.
ex-cops, okay?
Right.
Then we go to the publisher's house. She slams a door in my crew's face, which I thought was pretty funny. You'll see that. And then we went to the vice president and editor's house, and an armed guard said to get off the property. So these people who have spent their lives prying into your life, harassing you with phone calls, calling you, showing up at school to talk to your kids, and have repeatedly tried to get information from you are now in a hole, and they won't even defend
when you say
their
you,
decision.
they did this to you. That newspaper did that to you.
Sure.
Okay.
I was a public official.
Right,
I ran for
you were a
office. I was
DA up there
and a judge.
And a judge. All right. So this paper, they pursued you in a number of ways. You found.
Look, they idolized me at times and criticized me, but I'm a big girl. I took my hits.
Okay. But now when you go to try to ask them about this issue, and you sincerely feel that they put you in danger, correct?
I think they put a lot of people in danger. I think they put battered women in danger who have orders of protection, whose addresses have been protected by the courts. They put the families of corrections officers' lives in danger, as well as retired cops. They've given an interactive map, Bill. It's frightening. You go there, and look, Bill, even the parole board will say to you, if a violent criminal is getting out of jail, they'll call you and let you know he's getting out. The Journal News has given them your address and a map to your house.
Okay, but they can get that on Google, unfortunately. And
if they have your address.
Right. If they have your address, that's a good point. So you basically feel that morally they did the wrong thing. But their posture is, we're not going to answer any questions about it.
Yes, and that's the problem.
And we got security guards with guns to prevent you, Jeanine Pirro, or any other reporter from coming up here and asking us.
Right.
Now, that seems to me to be, if the Journal News was convinced what they did was right, wouldn't they be out there on this program talking to you and saying, look, we think this is best for America, this is why we did it, we're not bad people, please understand. Instead, they're hiding.
It's an indefensible tack to take. They are not saying anything. They're not saying, we do it again, or we're sorry.
They don't say anything.
We've made a bad judgment here. And at the end of the day, you've got a lot of people now who are at risk. And the Journal News needs to stand up, step up, answer questions why they did it. But you know what?
Now, I don't live up there, but I think this newspaper is through. I think the publicity here is so bad that a lot of people aren't going to read it anymore. Advertisers are going to pull. It's already lost 50% of its readership in about 10 years.
Right.
So I think this is it for that.
Well, I think, Bill, that I know there are people who are pulling their advertising. You know that for a fact? Yes, I know that for a fact. And what they're saying is, take down that interactive map, get rid of it now. Or, at the very least, do something that at least makes it clear that you weren't trying to put people in jeopardy. And at the end of the day, their silence is the loudest voice in this game. Right. And shame on them.
But I have to say something, Pierre. I think if you came to my house with those nails, I would get an armed. I'd get an armed guard. And
no, but you got to be more worried about my guns.
That's right.
That's right. That's the whole point.
Don't mess with her.